Two guys, same goal. One trains on a bar, one trains under a rack. 6 months later, one of them is buying a new wardrobe. His old shirts don't fit anymore. The other one is standing in front of the same mirror, looking at the same body he started with. And here's the part that stings. The guy who failed actually worked harder. It had nothing to do with which one they picked, calisthenics or gym. It came down to 3 mistakes, and both of them were making at least one. Everyone's stuck on the wrong question. Calisthenics or gym? Which one's better? Wrong question. The answer doesn't even matter because most people are failing before they ever pick a side. The guys getting results aren't winning because of what they picked. They're winning because of what they're not doing wrong. There are 3 mistakes that quietly kill progress on both sides of this debate. And the third one is the reason the first 2 don't work, even when you think you fixed them. Stay through all 3 because fixing 2 out of 3 still leaves you stuck. Quick reason, this all matters. Muscle only grows when your body is forced to adapt to something it hasn't handled before. No new demand, no reason to change. That single rule is what all 3 mistakes break. Keep that in mind. It's the thread connecting everything you're about to see. Mistake 1. The rep trap. Calisthenics guy starts at 10 push-ups. A month later, he's at 30. Feels like undeniable progress. It's not. Past a certain point, you're not building size anymore. You're building endurance. 2 completely different adaptations. Gym guys fall into the same trap wearing a different disguise. They add reps, keep the weight exactly where it was, week after week, and call it progression. It isn't. If the demand doesn't rise, the muscle has no reason to. Here's the fix. If you're on body weight, add resistance. Weighted vest, slower tempo, single limb variations. Give your body something it hasn't adapted to yet. If you're in the gym, the number on the bar has to move. Not every session, but it has to move. Do this wrong for a year and you've basically trained for 2 months. The other 10 were just maintenance. But even if you fix your reps completely, there's a second mistake that's even harder to catch because it disguises itself as hard work. Mistake 2. Quitting early and calling it a workout. This one's silent because you leave the gym sweaty, tired, sore. It feels like you worked hard, but sweat isn't the signal your muscle responds to. Being challenged is. Most people rack the weight the moment it gets uncomfortable, 2, 3 reps before it actually gets hard. That's exactly the point where the set starts to matter, and that's exactly where they stop. You were busy, you weren't productive, 2 very different things. Calisthenics or gym doesn't matter. If you're not within a couple of reps of failure, your body never got the signal to change. Here's the fix. Push every working set to 0 to 3 reps left in the tank. Not full failure every set, but close enough that the last rep is a genuine fight. If your last rep looks identical to your first rep, you stop too early. Simple test every time. Now, here's the part most people never even get to. Because you can nail your reps and your intensity perfectly, and there's still one mistake that acts as a hard ceiling. Hit this one, and it won't matter how good the rest of your program is. You'll stay exactly the size you are right now. Mistake 3. You don't grow in the gym, you don't grow on the bar, you grow in bed, at night, when you're not training at all. Skip sleep, skip protein, train the same muscle 2 days straight, and your body stays stuck in survival mode. It's too busy trying to recover from the last session to bother building anything new. This is why some guys train perfectly for months and still look the same. The first 2 mistakes were fixed. This one wasn't, and it capped everything. Here's the fix. Stop calling it rest. Call it what it actually is, the growth phase. It's the part where the work you already did finally gets converted into something. 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Protein spread across the day, not dumped into one meal. 48 hours minimum before you hit the same muscle again. Skip this phase and the first 2 fixes were wasted effort. You did the work and never let your body cash it in. Fix all three. It doesn't matter which side of the debate you're on. The guy on the bar and the guy under the rack start looking like the same outcome. Stronger, bigger, more capable than they were a month ago. The debate was never calisthenics versus gym. It was always, are you actually training right, or are you just training? I've made every one of these three mistakes myself. That's exactly why I know them this well. If you caught yourself in even one, you already know what to fix today. Drop a comment. Calisthenics or gym? Which one are you on? Join Iron Fork if you want the next correction before you make the next mistake. That's the whole point of this channel.